welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about Ustad Hotel. Finally I have come to this video and I'm really excited because I love the movie, and the reason I'm not doing a trailer reaction like everybody's asking me to do is because I watched the movie way before I even started doing Malayalam movie reactions or trailer reactions, and I loved it. So I have a lot of things that I loved about it which I'm going to be talking about, and then there's like a tiny little bit thing that I didn't like about it, so that I'll also mention at the end, but that's not like a very big deal. So let's really just start. I have this book with me. I've written down everything, like all my points, so I'm just gonna start. Point number one, this is like a minor thing and it's not in like any order of like what I like the most. So the first thing itself is when they show Faizi and his sisters grow up. So I love the transitions in that, how the camera moves, and just as every transition they grow a little bigger and bigger, very little thing, but that really, you know, shows the filmmaking part of Ustad Hotel. So I just wanted to mention it. The next big thing that I really loved about is that it shows three different generations. It shows like the grandfather, father and son. So there is Kareem, Abdul and Faizi. So the family dynamic in here is really interesting because Kareem's desire is to not be the son of a cook but the owner of a 5-star hotel, and he wants his son to be like that, and it's a very it's very representative of a culture of especially like Indian culture, where, you know, their parents are into those sort of things where they want their children to be very successful, and usually in whatever they are doing to take that forward, and it's very representative. And also there's like this tug of war happening between the three generations where the grandfather and the grandchild are in sync, but the middle person is just like angry at them, and the fact that it makes Kareem so angry, it makes Abdul so angry that Faizi is just going in the opposite direction of what Abdul was trying to move away from. So it's a very amazing family dynamic that I really enjoyed watching. The third thing that I really liked was when Faizi moves from his father's house to his grandfather's house, and then there's like this whole scene of him coming to the beach, and it's very beautiful because there is this amazing cinematography. I loved it, and the music that goes with it just takes it to another level. There is that song, Subhanallah, Subhanallah, and it's so good, and it's really like establishes the lifestyle that is there. It shows the beach, it shows the people who live around there, because Ustad Hotel is at the beach. It sort of adds character to the whole house, to the whole hotel, because it's by the beach. The kind of people who come there, the kind of people who live around there, it just establishes the whole lifestyle of people around there, the mood, the ambience. And then like even through that there is the whole waking up scene, the whole morning routine. So that is shown, them preparing for the day, for the whole hotel staff preparing for the day, cooking stuff, getting in ingredients and all sort of things. That it's again establishes that as well. So I think that was really beautiful. I loved the cinematography and music in it. It is just amazing. Like, I love the song and I love the scene. So next up is the whole process of Kareem making Faizi realize everything that goes into cooking and what it is about. Picking up bags of grains, rice, you know, serving customers, cleaning tables. Basically, Kareem takes Faizi through every single thing, because cooking is not just the glamorous job that people see from the outside. It's not just physically standing there and cooking things. There's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot that goes into, you know, running an hotel. A very loved hotel is, you know, everything just from the starting as well, just getting ingredients, getting the grains, picking up things. You should be able to do everything. You should be able to serve customers, cleaning tables. So, and Kareem basically takes Faizi through the whole process and makes him realize what it's actually really about, and I love that. And the one thing that I really liked is this line that I had written down when I watched the movie first. So I have this book that I, you know, write things whenever I watch something and I really like some dialogues or something, so I write it down. And I remember writing this down where I said, Faizi, anyone can fill someone's tummy, but the key is filling their hearts with joy. And I thought that was such a beautiful line, because obviously this is translated to English and I just read it in the subtitles, but I wonder when it was said in Malayalam how amazing it sounded, because even in English it's such a beautiful beautiful dialogue. The next thing that I really liked that the movie represented was that Kareem had a passion, he had a philosophy of, you know, the way he wanted to live his life, and so did Faizi's father, Abdul. He wanted to open a 5-star hotel, he wanted to grow, he wanted to become a big person, and that at both their levels they were right. In their own place they were both right, because that's the kind of the life they wanted to do, and that's the kind of, you know, passions they had. So I like that the movie kind of represented that, because though Abdul might seem like the villain in the movie, he at his own place was right, because he just wanted to grow and become a person, and it's also a very basic human emotion for wanting your children to do well. So connecting from that, there was also the way Kareem's passion and his philosophy about life was, there's this whole, you know, tug of war between money and passion, money versus passion, which was also between, basically if you think Kareem, and what the movie represented was Kareem versus Abdul, because one standard for passion, one standard for money. There's this very small scene in the movie where Kareem and Faizi are talking, and he's like, he admits it. He's like, I know it's my fault. I know I haven't given him enough time. I have not been able to be there as a parent, as a father figure in his life, and I know I went wrong there, and all I can do now is pray. And it's a very emotional thing for a father figure to say, because usually men are not known for opening up about their emotions, and that's why I love that the movie is the story of men, and because there are women which are side characters, because most of the time men are not associated with emotions, and in this whole movie it is just the story of men, and I love how they're expressing their emotions. The next thing that I want to say connects to the earlier thing that I said about the sea, and I really think that the sea and the water in this movie adds a completely different mood to everything, because all the deep conversations between Faizi and Kareem happen there, and they're just beautiful when it's with the mood of the sea, because there's a certain sort of ambience that is created because of the water. And there is this amazing line that happened, and I don't think so it would have had the same effect if it was not at the sea, because if you literally think about it, if the filmmakers are trying to look at a place, you know, where should we shoot this, and if they think the hotel can be in the middle of any busy street in any city, then it's not going to add the same mood as when it is near the sea. So, and I really love this line which he says, a little bit of love should be added to every Soleimani, and when you do, the whole world should come to a standstill. And it's such a nice line. Obviously it's in English, so maybe some things are lost in translation, but just because it's near the sea and there is that whole mood created around it, it's such an amazing line, and it's so poetic, and that's just in English. Again, I just want to touch up on the cinematography. I think all the slow-mos of different scenes, all the music was just amazing. I loved it. The ending part of the movie is where Faizi goes to this man who is serving food to a lot of people who cannot afford it, and I thought it was a lovely thing to add, because, you know, there's that, like I said earlier, the movie touches upon every single thing about food related, anything, and I love that they added that there, because it's a lot of times we just look at food as like tastes and how it is, but you don't, like, you know, the impact of food on different people, and sometimes it's such a basic thing that you just assume that everybody gets it. And sort of like also it goes on about how food is like primarily gives you so much happiness. Like good food can change your mood in any time, doesn't matter where, what kind of situation you are in life, and like it is beyond economic barriers, it is beyond social barriers, and it's such a beautiful thing that the man was also trying to do. I also like the way that was executed. Like it literally, when you saw the situation that people were living in and eating in, it really made you feel like, oh my god, like, oh shit, like, I mean, you really should be grateful for what we have. And okay, so like I promised, there was one thing that I didn't like, which again, it's not really a big thing, but I still think it could have been way better. And obviously I'm keeping in mind that this was filmed like years ago. I don't even remember when it was released, but I can understand why it is the way it is. So what I didn't like was the whole romantic angle between Faizi and his European girlfriend. I don't know, I just felt a little cringy because, I don't know, her acting was really bad, and she was just like, you know what, I found another person to be with me as my roommate, and then they show the guy in her bed, and it's just like, oh my god, like, Oh. So the point that I've written down actually is the whole romance aspect. The girl he was dating conveniently ditches him then, and in the very next scene he meets the girl who he eventually falls in love with, and she is the same person he had met for the arranged marriage. I don't know, I just thought maybe that could have been executed a little better, maybe her acting could have been a little better, but I liked the second the actual girl who he actually falls in love with. And that also happens like in the very next scene, but again I really love that scene because it's such a, those one of those scenes where really like, puts your faith in love at first sight, even though it's not love at first sight, but it's kind of like love at first sight. But that scene is shot so beautifully and it has been executed so beautifully. There's that whole thing of, oh shit, they realize they know each other from earlier, and then how they go into the truck. By the way, I love that truck scene where he's like, oh shit, now I realize what women go through on a daily basis, and he just hits the driver and then they're running and then there's a slow-mo. I love that. I'm a sucker for slow-mo and good music, but I really like that scene as well, even though it came right after he broke up with this girl, very conveniently. But no complaints, very little this thing. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you like this video. Those were all the things that I loved about Ustad Hotel. I'm pretty sure there are a lot more and there are a lot of points, but I just thought I'd quickly do this. So that's it. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and let me know in the comment section what you love about Ustad Hotel. I'm pretty sure everybody loves a lot of different things, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.